turned on the TV right in time to see the smoke from the first plane hitting.
And all of a sudden it smashed right dead into the center.
And my kids were getting ready for school at the time. I yelled to them, come downstairs, you guys got to see what's going on in New York. So they came down right at the same time when the second plane hit.
A huge explosion now, raining debris on all of us.
We're all watching it. I remember my son, Josh, my oldest son, being really angry. And he said, Dad, I'm gonna go fight. His younger brother, Ben, because he looked up to his older brother, saying, I'm gonna go fight too, Dad.
Treatment came under attack. A series of deliberate.
Welcome back to Good Morning San Diego. It's all part of the San Diego football tradition now. It's called the Honor Bowl, featuring some of the best football programs in the state of California and surrounding states, and consequently in the nation.
Well, we got 10 high schools from 5 different games, from 4 different states, with one mission. And that mission is to educate students, coaches, and community about patriotism. And while we do that, while honoring our military veterans and raising money for the wounded, ill, and injured veterans in our communities.
And that's really, we should mention, a lot of these teams here are some of the best football teams in the world.
All of us at our nonprofit, we volunteer, and whatever money we have left over goes back to buying service dogs, buying prosthetics, buying track chairs, whatever we could do. We dole it out to nonprofits across the nation.
Through 2010, over 204 schools from 10 states have been involved in the Honor Bowl. It's been over 80,000 athletes, over 7,000 coaches.
It's amazing the amount of teams that we have been involved in the Honor Bowl. We've had teams from New Jersey, Philadelphia, Florida, Washington, Hawaii, Colorado, you name it. The Camp Pendleton experience is something that we have been blessed to have, get a welcoming that is something that they have never seen before and they'll never forget.
Oh, you stop moving and look at me right now! My name is Staff Sergeant Lewis, and for the next hour, you are mine! When I say something to you, you're gonna say something back to me! Scream, "I, sir!" Aye, sir! Aye, sir! Scream, "I, sir!" Aye, sir! You're going that way, get in the box on the other side! Oh, you stop moving and look at me! That's when you scream, "I, sir!" Aye, sir! You're gonna get it one behind the other, and you will be in one straight line, three football players next to each other. All you scream, "I, sir!" Aye, sir! Fix it right now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's when you scream, "Done, sir!" Done, sir! Good, we don't want to scream, "Look at me!" Well, if you can't walk, you can run. Run! 0! Freeze! Fix it right here, right now! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Fix it now! 3 shoulder to shoulder, 3 lines, let's go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The athletes are able to go on to Camp Pendleton. They go over to the Memorial Gardens and they see the names of the fallen from past wars and from current wars.
And so you all just had a minute to read some names on these walls. But they're more than just names. These men represented something else to others. These men died so that we may live.
Get a call from a friend of mine that lived up the road from us, and he said, Mark, he goes, some Marines just left my neighbor's house and we heard screaming. The Marine that was killed was Victor Dew. And the craziness about this whole story was Victor Dew was a Granite Bay football player when I was a Granite Bay football coach. And that's when Patty and Tom asked me to eulogize their son. They said, would you please eulogize our son Victor? I have never been more honored in my whole life to eulogize their son. That my son called me, he said, Dad, my colonel said that there's a coach that eulogized Victor Dew. Was that you, Dad? And I said, yes, son, that was me. And I just couldn't believe that he knew. And then he said, Dad, I was there. I was the one that cut him out of the vehicle. Life-changing. Absolutely life-changing. That's when my life changed. My whole family's life changed. Everything about what I was doing with troop packing parties, with things that I was doing at home, changed. And I said, I gotta do something more. I gotta do something to give back to these men and women that are fighting for our freedom, that are bleeding, dying, getting blown up, coming home killed. I have to do something. And that's when me and some friends came up with the idea of the honor group and the honor bowl.
We want you to remember them. We want you to honor them. Because the biggest thing is that a person dies twice. And that first time is when they leave this earth, and the second time is when they are forgotten. And we pledge to never let our loved ones to be forgotten.
It's just an incredible event that honors the military like they should be honored. And, you know, it's something that the reason we get to play these games on Friday nights, like I tell the kids, is because of the military. Because there's a lot of countries this stuff could not happen in because of what happens in those countries. So we will be in this event for as long as I'm the head coach.
That feeling I crave and that look in your eyes is what gets me fired up to see you guys dominate today, right? And I'll tell you, get some, okay? That's what we bring to the fight every single day.
In the battle cross, everybody has seen it. It's the upside down rifle with the helmet, the boots, the dog tag. What we do with the Honor Bowl is we want the athletes and the fans to feel it. And we actually build the battle cross before each game on the football field. And we describe each step. There's normally a gold star, a loved one that's there that's putting some sort of item on that rifle, a military commander. We try to make it as educational as possible so that they feel it.
We continue to find that these students are thirsty. They're understanding what a hero is, and it's not what the media is trying to purport. They're the men and women who volunteer to protect our freedom.
So I have a surprise for you.
Yeah.
I have a message from Mike Brennan
Mike.
that I want to play for you real quick. Is that cool?
Oh. He's my buddy.
Coach Soto, on behalf of Movement Mortgage, we want to thank you for the years that you've been here serving our communities and serving our loan officers. We especially want to thank you for starting and leading the Honor Bowl. On behalf of the KM Foundation, we are pleased to announce that we're awarding you a $10,000 grant so you continue to do that good work within the community. We thank you so much for your service in the community and again, serving us here at Movement Mortgage.
Thanks, Mike. Great guy. Very nice. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Movement Mortgage. Thank you.